thank you for watching. Or I could say thank you for coming on this journey with me. A journey to find out what the Quran actually says. Not what some Muslim who doesn't actually obey Islam or fully believes says it says. Not what some hater says it says. Not what I say it says. But reading directly from the book. I've got to be honest with you. This is not my first take on this episode. I just realized I started reading the wrong surah. And I was thinking these two translations are so different on this surah. It was because on this one, the surah number is up at the top, but here it's written in Roman numerals. I'm not good at understanding Roman numerals beyond 10. I'm even confused whether I'm looking at 6 or 4. So, here we go. Surat al-Muzzammil, the one wrapped in garments. Surah 73. O you wrapped in garments, stand all night except a little, half of it or a little less than that, or a little more, and recite the Quran in a slow style. Verily, we shall send down to you a weighty word. Verily, the rising by night is very hard, and the most potent and good for governing oneself, and most suitable for the word. Verily, there is for you by day prolonged occupation with ordinary duties. And remember the name of your Lord, and devote yourself to Him with a complete devotion. Let's see, the Lord of the East and the West. Okay, here's one of those phrases I think I might transliterate. I'll read the transliteration. They transliterated La ilaha illa huwa. Which in parentheses here they say means none has the right to be worshipped but He. I think I'm going to be, I'll read the description of that one instead of skipping over things that should have been transliterated. One reason is that is a very important phrase because it comes up a lot. And there are two parts to this I think I'm going to read that one, or read the definition of that one, for two reasons. One, it is a frequently, this isn't the first time I've seen it. This is the first time you and I have seen this. But this is my third time reading the Quran, and this is in here a lot, this phrase. And it's a beautiful phrase. I love it. This phrase here is common ground between my belief and my understanding in Islam. One other argument for me to read these words and not skip them over is the importance to the religion. The way you join Islam or become a Muslim is saying the Shahada, which is just saying a certain statement. And you have to say it in Arabic. It's got two parts. This is one part of the Shahada. Let's see. So take him alone as, and be patient with what they say, and keep away from them in a good way. Let's see. Yeah, let's. Okay. 10. O you who wrapped, stand up the night, except for a little while, half of it, or a little less than that, or increase more to it, and chant the Quran chanting. Surely we will cast on you with heavy words. Surely rising at night is the firmest way to tread, and the most effective for speech. Surely you will have long occupations in the daytime. And remember the name of your Lord and devote to him devotion, the Lord of the East and the West. There is no God except him, so take him a guardian, and be patient about what they say, and emigrate from them in a beautiful immigration. And leave me alone to deal with the beliars, those who are in possession of good things of life, and give them respite for a little while. Verily, with us are fetters, and a raging fire, and a food that chokes, and a painful torment. On the day when the earth and the mountains will be in violent shake, and the mountains will be a heap of sand poured out. Verily, we have sent to you a messenger to be a witness over you, as we did send a messenger to Pharaoh. But Pharaoh, that's a transliteration of the name of Pharaoh, or what an English-speaking person would call Pharaoh, disobeyed the messenger, so we seized him with a severe punishment. Then how can you avoid the punishment if you disbelieve on a day that will make the children gray-headed, whereon the heaven will be cleft asunder? His promise is certainly to be accomplished. Verily, this is an admonition. Therefore, whosoever will, let him take a path to his Lord. Verily, your Lord knows that you do stand a little less than 2/3 of the night, or half the night, or 1/3 of the night, and also a party of those with you, and Allah measures the night and the day. He knows that you are unable to pray the whole night, so he has turned to you. So recite you of the Quran as much as may be easy for you. He knows that there will be some young among you, sick, others traveling through the land seeking of Allah's bounty, yet others fighting in Allah's cause. So recite as much of the Quran as may be easy, and perform and give and lend to Allah a goodly loan, and whatever good you send before you for yourselves, you will certainly find it with Allah better and greater in reward. And seek forgiveness of Allah. Verily, Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. And leave me and the deniers, the possessors of the grace, and bear with them for a little. Surely we have with us a severe torment, and hell, and food that chokes, and a painful torment. A day the earth and the mountains will quake, and the mountains will become a loose sand heap. Surely we have sent to you a messenger, a witness against you, as we sent a messenger to Pharaoh. So Pharaoh disobeyed the messenger, so we seized him in a violent seizure. So how can you fear, if you become infidels, a day that will turn children gray-headed? The heaven will be rent asunder by it, and his promise was done. Surely this is a reminder, so that whoever wishes takes a way to his Lord. Surely your Lord knows that you are standing nearly 2/3 of the night, and half of it, and 1/3 of it, as do a group of those who are with you. And Allah measures the night and the day. He knows that you will not count it, so he relents toward you. So read what is easy for you from the Quran. He knows that there will be those who are sick among you, while others travel through the earth, seeking the bounty of Allah, and others engaging in war for the sake of Allah. So read what is easy from it, and perform the prayer, and bring the legal alms, and lend Allah a good loan. And whatever good deeds you send on before your own souls, you will find them with Allah. He is better and greater in wage, and ask forgiveness of Allah. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. Sorry about that brief interruption. I don't want to burn my breakfast. Okay. Surat Al-Muddathir, the one enveloped. Surah 74 in the traditional order. O you, enveloped in garments, arise and warn, and magnify your Lord, and purify your garments. And keep away from, and give not a thing in order to have more. And be patient for the sake of your Lord. O you who are cloaked, stand up, so warn, and your Lord so magnify, and your clothes so purify, and the wrath so immigrate, and do not give for increase, and to your Lord so be patient. Eight. Then, when the trumpet is sounded, truly that day will be a hard day, far from easy for the disbelievers. Leave me alone, with whom I created lonely, and then granted him resources in abundance, and children to be by his side, and made life smooth and comfortable for him. After all that he desires that I should give more. Verse 15. 8. So, that when the trumpet will be blown, so this on that day, a difficult day, it will not be easy against the infidels. Leave me alone with whom I have created. And I have made abundant money to him, and sons as witnesses, and I flattened for him, flattening. Then he hopes that I increase. Nay, verily, he has been opposing I shall oblige him to. Verily, he thought and plotted. So let him be cursed how he plotted. And once more let him be cursed how he plotted. Then he thought. Then he frowned and looked in a bad-tempered way. Then he turned back and was proud. Then he said, This is nothing but magic from that of old. This is nothing but the word of a human being. Okay, that was 25, the last one I read in that series. Certainly not. Surely he was in opposition to our verses. I will exhaust him increasingly. Surely he thought and determined. So he was killed, how he determined. Then he... I skipped one. Surely he thought and determined. So he was killed how he determined. Then he was killed. How he determined. Oh, I didn't skip something. It just says killed and determined twice. Then he looked. Then he frowned and scowled. Then he turned away and became proud. So he said, this is nothing except a sorcery effect. This is nothing except the word of the human. Okay, that was 25. "26. I will cast him into hellfire. And what will make you know what hellfire is? It spares not, nor does it leave, burning and blackening the skins. Over it are 19. And we have set none but angels as guardians of the fire. And we have fixed their number only as a trial for the disbelievers, in order that the people of the Scriptures may arrive at a certainty and that the believers may increase in faith, and that no doubt may be left for the people of the Scriptures and the disbelievers, and that those in whose hearts is a disease, and the disbelievers may say, what Allah intends by this example. Thus Allah leads astray whom He wills, and guides whom He wills. And none can know the hosts of your Lord but He. And this is nothing else than a warning reminder to mankind. Okay, 26. I will roast him in sakar. And do you know what is sakar? It will not endure, and it will not spare. It scorches the humans. Over it are 19. And we did not make the companions of the fire except angels. And we did not make their numbers except a sedition for those who became infidels, so that those who have been given the book may become certain, and those who believed will increase in faith, and those who have been given the book and the believers will not doubt. And so those who have a sickness in their hearts and the infidels will say, what does Allah mean in this parable? Likewise Allah leads astray whom He wills, and guides whom He wills. And no one knows the troops of your Lord except Him, and it is but a reminder to humans. Okay, those who have become... Gotta say something. It talks about, for those who have the Scriptures or the book, as Christians and Jews, hell is theirs, so they will be certain. That's confusing to me because I don't see a hell right now. It would help me to be certain if I see it right now, but it doesn't do anything for me right now to hear somebody describing it without me seeing it for myself. Let's see. 32. Nay, and by the moon, and by the night when it withdraws, and by the dawn when it brightens, verily it is but one of the greatest, a warning to mankind, to any of you that chooses to go forward or to remain behind. Every person is a pledge for what he has earned, except those on the right. In gardens, they will ask one another about what has caused you to enter hell. They will say, we were not of those who used to offer nor we used to feed, and we used to talk falsehood with vain talkers, and we used to belie the day of recompense, until there came to us, that is certain. So no intercession of intercessors will be of any use to them. Then what is wrong with them, that they turn away from admonition, as if they were wild donkeys, fleeing from a hunter, or a lion, or a beast of prey? Nay, every one of them desires that he should be given pages spread out. Nay, but they fear not the hereafter. Nay, verily, this is an admonition. So whosoever will, and receive admonitions, and they will not receive admonition unless Allah wills. He is the one deserving that mankind should be afraid of, and should be dutiful to him, and should not take away with him, and he is the one who forgives. Alright, that's the end of that. But not in this translation. Where did I get up to? 32. 32. Certainly not. And by the moon, and by the night when it retreats, and by the morning when it brightens. Surely it is one of the biggest, a warning to the humans, to whomever among you wishes to go forward or to delay. Every soul is hostage to what it has earned, except for the companions of the right hand. In gardens they will ask each other about the criminals. What brought you into Sakar? They said. We were not among you who prayed, and we did not feed the poor, and we were engaging with those who engaged, and we were denying the judgment day, until the inevitable came on us. So the intercession of the intercessors will not benefit them. So what is with them that they are turning away from the reminder, as if they were frightened donkeys, running from a lion? Yet every human among them desires that he would be given open pages of writings. Certainly not. Yet they do not fear the hereafter. Certainly not. Surely it is a reminder. So whoever will remember it, and they will not remember except as Allah wills. He is worthy of the piety and worthy of the forgiveness. There we go. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.